Hey guys, it is Friday. You know what that means. Time for the end of the week wrap up. So we finally got a couple coats of epoxy sealer on Bob's truck. So we had got this completely stripped last week. This week we got two coats of epoxy on there. Um, what that epoxy does is it builds a nice foundation. A lot of the plastics and fillers and primers and things today don't like sticking directly to bare metal. So this epoxy gives it a barrier. It's almost like an e-coat that you use on a new car. The stuff's rock hard. You can do body work over it, just scuff it up a little bit and do your body work right over the top of it. But it definitely makes a job last a lot longer. So we got a couple coats on there. Been working on the Mustang, got it completely stripped. Basically, we're down to just a little odds and ends of jams and stuff. And basically, under a little bit of metal work, we found a few little treasures under there that need to be fixed. Somebody apparently somewhere along the line put an antenna or something there, but we'll go ahead and cut that out, and we'll weld in an actual metal patch there. And there's some holes, little holes here and there. We'll go ahead and weld all that up. And the amount of rust on this car is just unbelievable. It's just such a small amount, but there's a little bit of a rust hole right here and right here. We'll go ahead and cut those out and weld in a nice patch. And basically, doors, the doors are the worst part of the whole car. Down here on the bottom of the edge of the door, and we'll just get a little patch panel for that, which will remake that seam. But the beauty of this is this car, when it's completed, is the owner's going to sell it, and it is a real '66 Shelby. But the beauty of this is we show step by step what was done, how it was done, and you can tell you're getting a quality car. And the beauty of the internet is it's forever, so it's kind of neat. But it's as you can see, it's in really good shape. A couple little holes up here for the antenna or for the mirror that have to be fixed. Nothing major, but we'll go ahead and weld those up. And as far as the rest of it goes, the car's in really good shape. Barracuda, I'm working on restoring the steering column so I can get that put back in. And I got some little brackets and things that I got cleaned up and blasted. And we're going to make some headway on that. I am waiting for a couple of pieces. I still haven't got the bolts yet for the ring gear or the torque converter, and we'll get that engine mated. And probably next week I'll go ahead and pull the intake off, match port the intake for the six pack, and we'll get that mated up and finished. So probably the next week or so you start seeing a lot done on that. And Brian Wolf's car, I got the racks finally back in there. I don't know if you can really see, but if you look carefully right there at the oil pan, there's a fitting that's just down on the rack. What I did was I cut the bracket and lowered the rack a quarter of an inch and then re-welded in the bracket. But it gave me more clearance at the pan rail right here at the pan rail where the fittings are. So it gave me a little bit of clearance there for the power steering hoses, and it also gave me clearance at the oil pan. So that pretty much fixed that up. Waiting for a new starter, and we'll get that in, and then the exhaust. So made some really good headway this week on that one. And the Camaro, we showed you last week, we had painted the fenders and a couple of odds and ends of bumper. Well, this week I got the quarter panels painted, and just got to sand and buff everything basically, put it together, and then this one will be leaving. So we are making headway. This is pretty fresh. I just ordered this last night, so it's still a little light, maybe a little tacky. But we're making headway. Like I said, there's two of us here, and we're kicking butt. But we are making headway. Anyway, stick with us. Come back, see us next Friday. We'll show you some more. Have a good weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.